Dear Diary, Sarah came home crying from school yesterday. No hugs, no pleas to go to the park, just tears. She ran straight to her room and slammed the door. It took Marie and I 3 hours and a Tim Hortons honey cruller to coax her out. "It's not fair," she wailed. "What we're doing to them, it's not fair." Her science class watched a video about the environmental hazards of untreated sewage. Algae blooms, biotoxins, organic and inorganic waste poisoning our rivers and oceans. It's a horrible thing, I admit, but it's something we all just kind of ignore for the sake of our comfortable lives. Cognitive dissonance is powerful. What hit Sarah hard, though, was the idea that we've been staring at raw sewage outflows during our fishing trips for months, maybe even a year? And Marie and I have said nothing about it to her or to Eric. "How could you let this happen?" she asked. And she's right. We do allow this to happen. We have solutions, but we as a society are far too self-interested to do anything about it. I'm part of the problem. Like Marie and her church friends petitioned for a place of worship in Makwasaugen, like Eric petitioned for school buses, I have to do something about this. I don't have any pull with town council or the regional government, but I know somebody that does. My boss, John Luke. He's been trying to get permission to set up a mining operation here. Maybe a sort of liquid pro quo would grease those wheels. A water treatment plant in exchange for mining rights. Worst they can do is say no, right? Hello world and welcome back. I'm Carter, the Great Bear of the North, and this is Makwasaugen, Ontario, in Cities Skylines. In the last episode, we did a couple things, and I just want to update you on some progress that I've been making. One, this fishing dock. We've expanded it a little bit. I've built this, I said that there might be like a breeding ground or a cove inlet or something in here, and so I built that. Just made a little, just a little hideaway thing. Just aesthetics. And we've got some rocks down on the front, even though they're giving me some really weird issues with the water. Don't really know how water just forms in a square like that. But we also expanded by 2 new fisheries, and I think this is going to be the extent of the actual docks themselves. I've also added this tunnel down here to go to the other side of the highway, but we'll get to that a little bit later. We've done that, and I also want to, there's a new community all the way back here on the side of the map. If we go, well, first of all, let's face north. If we go north and then we go east along the, what is this road's name? Does it even have a name? This is apparently the Daffodil Bridge. No, that definitely needs a name. But if you go east along the train tracks, you will eventually go to this relatively flat ridge or plateau. And so we're going to start filling this up. And they've got water, but they don't have electricity yet, because that's something we're going to be focusing on in this episode. We're going to be refactoring in our water supply, we're going to be refactoring our power supply, and we're going to see to the development of this little area, and maybe we might even get to some ore mining. I don't know, there's going to be a lot today. And it also occurs to me that I'm filming this 2 weeks before Christmas, and these kind of look like reindeer antlers. Not intentional, but I will run with it. Actually, you know what? Because it kind of reminds me of a reindeer, this is going to be Rudolph, Ontario. Just because. And right over here, this other zone is, it's been kind of secreted away. It's been tucked away in the back alley. This is the future Makwasaugen nuclear power plant. Because most of Ontario's power doesn't come from fossil fuels. We have some... you actually see the numbers on the screen in front of you. The vast majority of our power actually comes from nuclear and hydro. We don't use any coal anymore in the entire province. I'm very proud to say that. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And ideally, I would start building this nuclear power plant using the R69 Doel nuclear cooling tower by Ronix 69 and Jerenable. But, well, quite frankly, it's a little bit beyond our means. I mean, it costs $500,000, and it creates 2,560 megawatts. Even if we put this down to the minimum funding, it would still be 10 times what we need. And quite frankly, I'm not waiting to save an extra 400,000 just in order to place it. So instead, we're going to place this natural gas combustion turbine as a temporary go. Because in this, like, Ontario, we've been... our political parties have been dithering on power. There was a nuclear power plant that was only actually in operation for 3 years before it got shut down. Like, it's a little bit silly what we do with our power grids. And this isn't just in terms of the political party that's in power now. This is all political parties. They just haven't done very well with in Ontario. It's very much a case of what's going to win us the next election as opposed to what's actually in the best interests of our province long term. So, we've got this new power generation station out there, and it's going to be more than we need, so we can actually change the funding. But as soon as we get that carried over, I do just want to make sure that everything connects and carries over. 150. Oh, this thing actually needs water as well, if I recall, so we're just going to connect that down to there, because I have connected all the water. Ayo, we now have plenty of power. So we can go back to where all of this crazy started. We can destroy these 3 coal generation plants. Fantastic. Fantastic. That is good. And again, we're just going to run this for another couple of minutes just to make sure that our power stabilizes and that we're where we need to be. Yeah, we are producing 258. We only need 113. So let's just go into our budget and make sure this doesn't completely kill us. And drop down our power down to about 75%. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but the budget adjustments for power and water are not linear. If you go down to 50% funding, you actually only get 25% of the power. And if you go up to 150% funding, you only get 125% power. So the actual cheapest option in terms of cost per megawatt hour is right there at the 100% level. Anything else and things just get a little bit out of whack. But we are going to start building this. Let's make sure we have... Yeah, power has spread all the way across, but let's just get power from the station up to... Actually, no, we already have power there. So let's just get the power right up to... You know what? We'll just bring it across there. There. Now they should have power. Everything should be good. And apparently there's no water. I don't have water power. What's going on? I just had to reattach a broken connection, but everything should be good. We have people moving in. We have people at the future power plant. Everything is awesome. They shouldn't have any problems. Good. So, over here in Rudolph, Ontario, we've got population. This will probably end up being around 2,000 people, I'm anticipating, because, well, I've zoned all of that in. So we're going to need a school, and we're going to need some services. So you know what I'm thinking? Even though I did build this road, let's demolish this road. There we go. I'm just going to build a school right in here, and it's just going to be an elementary school. The high school, we are going to eventually build another high school down here, so they can go there. But in terms of elementary school, we are going to go over here, and let's go with something. It doesn't need to be particularly big. 915 seems a bit much. These are all way too big. Oh, Highbrook Senior Public School. Oh, this is cool. It's just round. Yo, let's do this. Let's get a public school right there. How does that look? This is weird. I've never seen a school like this before. It's elevated. The parking goes underneath. This is the coolest thing ever. Yo. So we're also going to just smooth out the land a little bit. In fact, you know what? Let's level this off. Actually make it a little bit easier for these kiddos to run around and play, because we are going to add a playground here, because this is going to be pretty much the only leisure that this community has. Just run that back there. There we go. Yeah, the school is going to face the power plant. Awesome. I mean, not awesome, but at the same time. Awesome. I'm just going to move this back. And where are the parking spots? Like, where's the parking access? It's underneath there. So we're going to need some kind of a road underneath. Oops, that's not the right button at all. What did I just do? What did I just do? I didn't want to place a roundabout. Yeah. That was awkward. So, I need to place the school again. Okay. So the school is going to go right there. This slides all the way back there. We go back to roads. We don't click the roundabout button. And this just comes down just like this. And then come on, don't turn off that snapping. There we go. Excellent. We are going to need to level out the area a little bit more. But this should suffice. And then we're just going to bring this street across here. Just right out in front. And then back down, just like we've been trying to do for a lot of these. But all of these height levels are messed up. So let's see if we can't get everything to be relatively flat in along here. There we go. And if we update this, we can actually add the parking spaces. Fantastic. Now if we just adjust this, we can actually get another parking spot just on the other side. There we go. We now have, this is going to be, actually I'm going to do this after another one. I don't know their first name. This is going to be Ellery Public. Fantastic. I love the round nature of that. That is so cool. That is so very cool. There we go. Everything is looking beautiful. So let's add just in a little bit of a playground. Actually, can we get a large playground in here? Yes. Yep, we're going to get a large playground, but where? First of all, let's get rid of the zoning on that side. Let's also adjust the zoning in here so that these people's houses can actually connect to a street. There we go. We're also going to eliminate the zoning right there. So let's turn this into an actual park. There we go. In fact, I'm wondering, can we get a sports field in here too? Because there's nowhere really for them to play. So maybe we'll get some sports fields across the street. Oops. There we go. And we'll do it that way. So the playground is going to be... Oops, that's not the right button for playgrounds at all. The large playground is going to be... Area must have main gate, right. Gonna have a main gate right here. Bing. We're gonna have another minor gate right there. And just make sure that these... Yep, this is Elizabeth Hill. Alright. So now that we have this, now we can place the playground wherever we want within this structure. But we don't have enough money. Now we have money. And let's just place it down here, and then we can always move it with, well, move it. a little bit later on. Yeah, there we go. So we're just going to rotate this around, connect this up to here. There we go. People will be able to walk from the entrance into there, and we're just going to get another path going around back that way, and then this can connect down to here, and yeah, that works. Well, for now. That works. We're just going to bring that down, and this just kind of goes around back of the school and connects up to there. Fantastic. Also, we should probably have a connection just from here to... Well, if it wants to snap there, we might as well just get the connection from here to here. But that looks ugly because of the way the concrete is blocking it, so we're just going to do something like that. There we go. We have a 1-star park already. We're going to drop down the maintenance, but let's also get... I did get a new soccer field. Soccer field, that's a high school soccer field with a stadium. There we go. Yo, this is massive. I don't know if this is exactly what I wanted, but it doesn't matter because we don't have enough money. Alright, we've got money now, so let's go back to that soccer field. And the question is, do we want this one, this larger football field, with some minor bleachers, or do we want this one with a separate building? I think we just want the one with... Ooh, futsal club. Oh, it's part of the university. I think this makes a little bit more sense. It's got some minor bleachers, but not too large. So we're just going to use this parking lot road again. I'm just going to bring this snap to angle. There we go. It's going to go like this, and then we're going to have a parking lot come out from here. Just right along the road. Actually, you know what? We'll go along to here, and then we'll bring this road up to there. Nope, not that way. This road up to there, so that there's 2 entrances into this parking lot. That makes sense to me. Just get rid of the trees. In fact, you know what? Let's get rid of a lot of the trees, because we're going to end up putting a large field here. And then we just drop the football field in right there. There we go, but we definitely need to bob out that German flag. Nothing against Germany, I actually cheer for them in the World Cup. Yeah, except for, you know, this year. But let's get rid of the flagpole, because getting a German flag just doesn't make any sense. Do I have a Canada? I have an Air Canada prop, but I don't have a Canada flag. I should get a Canada flag. But the point is, there's going to be nothing there. There we go. Awesome. So we've got like a little... It's on a little plateau, so let's... Oh, we've run out of monies. But how is Rudolph Park doing? Oh, it doesn't even include the soccer field, so let's just expand that. There we go. The playground and the soccer field. Oh, and not enough electricity. There we go. Now the soccer field functions, and now Rudolph Park can actually be a level 2 park. Awesome. 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 This is very, you know, suburban small-town Ontario. Why is this so low? Can we adjust the height to this? Let's make all of this even. There we go. That functions a little bit better, but now we just need to do some minor landscaping. Just fill that in. Love it. And just, like, spread out the gradient just a little bit out to there, so it's not like a cliff side. There we go. And are these the tourists? Why are they all going there? Like, what's... it's the two random crazy tourists coming in and turning around and then leaving again. Ay. That's a little bit frustrating. But, it is what it is. One of these days I'll figure out how to do that. We're just going to drop some of the... Actually, you know what? We're going to come in from this side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to place these. 2, 3. There we go. And hopefully everything will line up on the other side. Not quite. But that's okay, because we'll just... We know that we started from this side, so we're just going to line up from here. 2, 3, and then another one, just like that. And if we go like that, that evens out that side. And then if we just go like that, that evens out that side. There we go, we have the pickup drop-off area, although that angle is a little bit weird. There we go, and bring this one down. Awesome. So we have Rudolph, Ontario, and Rudolph Park. I do need to tree everything, so just let me do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Now, earlier I said that Rudolph would have about 1,000 people. I was pretty close. 905, 904. So yeah, just around 1,000 people. So let's deal with the water. Now that we've got a new neighborhood and new power sorted out, let's deal with the water situation. Because honestly, these pumps here don't make any sense, and the river of poop, I don't like it. So let's build a waste treatment facility right here, and I've downloaded a modular wastewater treatment facility pack from, I want to say, Avanya. It's on the workshop, but I'll link it in the description below. And it has all of the pieces that your average wastewater treatment facility would have, from aeration, administration, the storage tanks, the grit and screen facility, and we're going to build all of that right down here. The administration is going to be on this side, and then the actual, where most of it is done, like with the tanks and the sludge and whatever, is going to be on this side, which is why we have this tunnel running underneath. Is the tunnel the most realistic thing? No, but is it super cool? Absolutely. So, first things first, let's build a... Well, first of all, let's pause, because I'm going to break something. And let's build, I think, right here. Let's just build an entrance. Bing. That's the start. And then we're going to build the main facility right off here. I think that functions. Yeah, there we go. And then we're going to put the grit and screen facility right on this side. And the reason I want to do this is, check this out. It has this entryway right here, right? So what we can actually do is we can take this road, take a parking lot road, and just pull it through here. And it looks like this is the main gate into the parking lot facility, which I think is just the coolest thing. But we need to adjust our road so that people can actually drive through the gate. There we go. And I think that's awesome. And then this is just going to be the main road, but you could theoretically hop this curb and go into here as well. In fact, you know what? Let's do some modifications of the placement. Let's get this a little bit closer to the road, because I don't think we're going to need that sidewalk. There we go. And I'm not going to bring this one any closer, because I'll say, like, if you do need to use the sidewalk, this is the side of the sidewalk that you use. You use, like, if we're looking towards the highway, you use the left side. That's just how that works. And then we're just going to bring this back here so that the sidewalk actually functions. There we go. And some more minor adjustments later. Turn off the building selection. Boom. And we have a parking lot that goes into the actual building and over top of it. I love it. But if this is also, this is the main entrance. Like, this is the public entrance, almost. So let's get maybe a smaller parking lot for the public. Something like this. I'm just going to make sure that we keep this street straight, and then we're just going to run this through here. There we go. Oh, it's on the wrong side. Dang it. Ah, that's unfortunate. Because I kind of wanted the parking lot to angle the other way, but whatever. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then just adjust this end so that everything functions. Yes. And then, now that we've got that, let's just build a little bit of a pathway from here, straight through to there. Boom. So let's go with the fence, and I believe this is an industrial fence. Is this the one I'm looking for? Yes, it is indeed the fence that I'm looking for. And we're just going to bring it out from here. Nope, turn on fence mode, thank you very much. Just going to bring it out from here, right to the edge. Bing! And we're just going to follow the path of this concrete, and we're just going to bring this down to there. There we go. And it's not perfect, but once we add in some foliage, nobody is going to know. Speaking of foliage, let's start with the large bushes. I think we can deal with the large bush. Wild hedge large, fantastic. Just going to get a row right across there. Oop. Change the spacing down to about 4. Just right along the edge, right along the fence line, because A, it makes any wonky bits from the fence look a little bit less wonky, and B, it also helps like delineate the space, and it covers over the edges, like the weird edges from the concrete decals, texture things. There we go. If we just run a series of bushes. In fact, this one is going to be a little bit tighter because it does have that weird text, that weird gradient to it. There we go. I mean, that's a start. That is a great start. We can add some trees, maybe a planter. In fact, actually, you know what we do need to do? If anybody does slide off the road here, boom, they're going to go right through this fence and just smash this parking lot, which also needs spaces to it. So I think we do need another wall, and I do have this concrete barrier. So let's see, can we add this concrete barrier in here? Yeah, this is going to help significantly just reduce the impact, reduce the damage done if anybody does collide into there. There we go. There we go, and now we need some trees. And the trees are going to be on between this concrete barrier and the fence, so that if anybody does slide off the road, they're going to hit the barrier instead of the tree, because I think that's actually safer, because this isn't going to be a head-on collision, it's most likely going to be like a glancing blow, which I think will be better. Now, generic tree small, is this... Yeah, you know, generic tree small is going to be pretty good. I'm just going to line this along here. In fact, you know what we could do? No, I don't want a formal set of lines. I just want to place them here and there. There we go. It does partially screen it off, and it does create a little bit of some exciting aesthetics. I'm just going to place some trees along here, maybe some trees in here too. Maybe this is like a little picnic area for the people that work there. I don't know. That's entirely up to them. And there we go. We've got our trees. We've got our lovely little trees. In fact, we're also going to get some trees in here. There we go. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. And we can build some more like fish stick factories back here and whatever if we need to. But this is a great place to start for our wastewater treatment plant. There we go. And this, we're just going to connect these two. So these two right here will be significantly enough quantity for our water. Like, check out the sewage treatment. Right now we're at 120,000 capacity, and this is immediately 168, 200,000, and everything is good. Although, what just spiked? Oh, they don't have power. They don't have power. Right. Bing. Cool. They have power. And this one is 32,000 cubic meters, and this one is 48,000 cubic meters. So that's 80,000 cubic meters per unit of time, and we need 114. So we are going to have to go across the highway rather, and build something new. We've already got the grit and screen facility, which filters out the larger bits. This is it gets rid of if somebody accidentally flushes like their iPhone or something, or drops it into a sewer. This is what's going to filter out the iPhone, or sticks that fall that go into storm drains are going to go through here as well. And this is the first step of the process. And then we get into some of the larger basins. The activated sludge, which sounds really gross, and you know what, probably is, but these are absolutely vital steps. And I am not an engineer. I'm not a water engineer person at all. I don't really understand how all of this works, but I trust that the people that are in charge do know what they're doing. So we're just going to drop one of these aeration basins right there. Bing. And this is all we need. This is plenty of sewage treatment. With this 200,000, and we only need... Sorry, this is 497,000. This is preposterous what our capacity is. So we're actually... Oh no, we're not going to drop our water, because that will also affect the intake as well. The more sensible way to do it is actually to turn off these facilities. Right, because it's 294,624, because the budget is slightly off. The budget is 99. We want budget 100 for a nice round number. There we go. This 297,600 cubic meters is plenty. In fact, it's twice what we need. So, now that we have that out of the way, and we'll go back and expand as we need to, I'm just not going to place everything all at once. We can get rid of this structure, and the poop river is going to go away. Like, you can actually see it start to disappear, which is lovely, as the water just gets cleaner and cleaner and cleaner, fed by the Makwasaugen and Andrew rivers. That's amazing. Now we also need to get rid of this water pumping station, the input. Also, let's just double check that our sewage treatment is doing fine. Why is it down to 148,000? Why is it down to 148,000? Oh, not enough electricity. That would definitely do it. Okay, so let's bridge this gap temporarily. We're just going to do that. Come on. There we go. Whew. And this one plant will help us for years, because it's twice, almost 3 times what we need. Good. Fantastic. I also downloaded this really cool large water pumping station asset. And there's 2 versions. One that has like a little brick texture on one of the rear buildings, and one that has just the gray texture. And I'm just going to go with the brick texture. And again, I didn't visit it, the one near me for this, but I did drive by it. And it's just kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's just kind of in the middle of nowhere. There's actually, it's on a road. It's not that far from the lake, because what it does is there's this intake that's a kilometer from shore, and I believe it's 26 meters down, and that's where the intake is. So the intake would actually be in the middle of the bay here, and then there's a large underground pipe that goes to where the actual facility is, which we're going to put right here. We will need a little bit of a road to put it on, so let's turn on snapping, and you know, we're going to bring it off this street. And then we will eventually build things around it, but for now, this is actually in the middle of nowhere. It is conveniently enough right next to some water pipes, which is great, but we're going to build it under the roads, right where they belong. And now we do need some electricity, so we're going to bring that down from, I think we can grab it from here? Yeah. Just going to grab it right from there, and right on till morning. And this should be sufficient. Again, it's 320,000 cubic meters. Yeah, and that completely takes care of our water requirements. So we're going to get rid of this bad boy. Done. Boom. Now, finally, when Eric and Sarah and Marie and the unnamed narrator go fishing, I mean, sure, they still see the massive highway, but they don't see the water towers anymore. And that immediately makes this much, much prettier. Why are these trees in the water? That doesn't make any sense. Have they been in the water the entire time? Why hasn't anybody told me? Alright, now that we've got a new town, the power situation sorted, and the water situation sorted, let's move on to the final piece of today's puzzle. And this is this area right here. If this looks familiar, it's because this is where we have Stapley Elementary, Musto High, and the park. This is where we began Makwasaugen. And I said right when we began that the Ministry of Natural Resources was going to open up the area to both forestry, which we've done with Luke Mills, and also mining. And that's what we're going to start right here. This is now Luke Mines. Same dude, John Luke, that owns Luke Mills, also owns Luke Mines. Dude is going to be loaded. Let's be perfectly honest. He's got a lot of money. So let's go into the ore areas. And I don't have unlimited ore on. So the mine shafts that we build here will eventually have to move out into this area and then this area. We're going to have to constantly move new mines, or we're just going to have to start to import goods if we want to. Actually, there's a lot of stuff around here too. Interesting. But let's build the head office, and we're going to build the head office right here because this is still in the mining zone, but it's not. There's no actual ore in this area. So we're just going to drop it right to the side. Bing! And you know what? Let's get rid of the trees just so we can see. And wow, that fence just perfectly lines up right with the back of that trailer, which I did not anticipate, but hey, happy accident, right? So, now that we've got that, let's get some small ore mines and some ore grinding mills. Now here's the thing. The ore grinding mills processes 3,200 units per 3 minutes, and the mine produces 4,800 units per 3 minutes, which means 3 mines will need 4 grinding mills in order for everything to be kind of copacetic. So what we're going to need to do is this is going to cost a little bit of money, so we're actually going to wait a little bit more, probably until we get about 58,000 or so we can build 2 grinding mills and 1 mine, and then we'll expand from there. Alright, we've got our 58,000, which is exactly what we need. It's actually slightly more than what we need to build 2 grinding mills and 1 small ore mine. And I want to get rid of the ore in this area very, very soon, but first I want to start off by clearing out this little corner, because this is the corner where we're going to build most of our actual refining places once we have the initial grinding mills, once they're obsolete, once we have more powerful mills. So we're just actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build, we're going to extend this road out here. And then we're just going to build a road up this way. And I think we can, the road is just slightly too far over. So let's just move it here a little bit. There we go. And then just move this one so it's in line with both. So it's roughly a 90-degree angle. There we go. And this should be sufficient. Excellent. Actually, we can even put one here. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. So 1 mine, 2 processing plants. This should be enough. And we should have some pretty good throughput, because we don't actually want to sell any of our ore as raw ore. We want to turn all of it into metals. Because we have a limited amount of ore on this map, we need to get the most value out of this as we possibly can. So, if we ever see output go higher than 0, we're doing something wrong. But while we're here, let's see if we can't get a warehouse, sand storage. Oof, that's a massive, massive building. We're gonna have to put it here, actually. Ironically enough. Not necessarily ironically, it's not the word I was looking for, but it's going to be a large building, the sand storage. Oh, dang. There we go. We have the sand storage, and I'm not too concerned about it cutting into the cliff. This is a mine. That's literally what they do. So, oh, we need water. Oh, did I give everybody water? I completely forgot about that. Oh, luckily all of these guys do happen to have water. I just missed the storage area. There we go. Yeah, but yeah, Luke might... What do you mean no... Oh, no road access? Because that isn't technically a road. Right. Bing. Bing. And that last little smidge right there. There we go. Everything is functioning. This is good. This is good. We have enough raw materials. Things are getting moved out. In fact, we are importing a lot of ore right now, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Eventually, once we don't have any more ore in this community, we are going to transition our production in this area into an import and value-added economy rather than raw output. Oh man, we are outputting 8 tons? Oh, that's not good. Also, while we're waiting for that to clear out, I do know that we will build the lemonade factory fairly soon. So while we're doing that, we will probably need more crops. So let's expand Sweetness Farms just a little bit. So we can put one in there, which means the road needs to go pretty much just out. Oops, nope. Do not overlay. We're going to go here, there, and then we're just going to turn right up. Is that where we want it to go? You know what? That's pretty good. And then can we get an additional large field up here? Yes, we can, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? I'm not... It's okay, actually, if this is a greenhouse. I'm okay with this. And then this is potatoes. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with this in the potatoes, but also, like we have with the other ones, let's add a little bit of a farmhouse right there. Make sure that they have water. They do not currently have water. That's not good. But you know what? I also don't like this connection here. Oops. The simulation is still running. That's not good. And then that should connect there. We're going to build another one up in this little zone. So let's make sure they have water as well. Good, both of these should have water. Everything is functional. They have electricity. Awesome. There we go. With the addition of a greenhouse and two large potato fields, we should definitely have a lot more crops for us to work with. And this is why I actually built this side road around here a long time ago, just that not everything is necessarily compressing through there. And we still have so much more room for advancements for Sweetness Farms. Wow. And there we go. As we can see, the traffic problems have mostly cleared out. I don't know if that 6-lane road for this section is absolutely necessary, but I'm going to keep it. It's okay. Luke Mines, we are profiting. Some of our ore is actually getting sent out. I don't know why, even with 3 of these, we're not processing nearly as much as we should be, because this is only creating 5,280 units per 3 minutes. Yet these 3 come not enough raw materials. There we go. This should be working. That's 3,520. Not enough. Why doesn't this have enough raw materials? Like, where are the freight Oh, warehouses. I need to build a warehouse here to store some of the metals. That would probably help. There we go, we're just going to build that one right there. It kind of overlaps the mine, but whatever, that's fine. And this is going to store metals. There we go. That way, these trucks can actually spend time getting raw goods and not just delivering the metals outside. Although freight trucks in use is only 2 out of 5. What are the other ones doing? Alright, I've given this a few minutes to kind of balance out, and it appears that we are continuing to import, which makes me think that we're not... Like, it's weird, we're continuing to import, but we're also then continuing to outport the raw ore. This, like, from a logistics perspective, this doesn't make any sense. Maybe I have to let this run overnight in terms of in-game in order to have things truly balance out, but for now, I'm just going to get a new extractor. We're going to build a new one right here. Let's see, the actual ore is this dark gray. So we're going to build one right... I know that I want to build up here relatively quickly. So let's build one right there. And then I'll just move this one around to up here later on. And hopefully, now that we've got this, everything should be more... We shouldn't need to spend so much of our time importing the raw materials. We can just deal with the export and the profit. Alright, we've just hit level 2 with Luke Mines, which gives us the steel plant, the glass manufacturing plant, some underground ore mines, and some barracks. So this is really, really good. And the first thing we're going to do is I know we just placed some of these, but we're going to immediately replace them with some underground mines, simply because they can get through the ore a lot faster. And the steel mill is gonna go right up here. I think we can kind of fit it, kind of going diagonal along here once everything is dealt with. And the printing press we still can't do because we don't have enough, we don't have any plastics. Although, if we build the lemonade factory right here, oh, this fits almost perfectly. I think we're going to do that. Oh, yeah. We are definitely going to do that. But first we need some glass manufacturing. Then we're going to slide one in right... Is this glass? Nope, that's an underground ore mine. Haha. Can we slide in the glass? Oh, we just can't quite do it. So what if we put that one there? Can we then still slide in the lemonade factory there? It does kind of overlap in that corner, but overall, I think I'll allow it. Actually, what does the warehouse look like? Okay, yeah, that last corner is just dirt, so I think I should be able to build one there, and it's not going to look too overlapped. Yeah, there we go. That's actually a pretty nice overlap. Yeah, so this is... Oh, actually, you know what we can do? Haha. This can actually go a lot closer to the road. And this can also... Oh yeah, first we need to switch this to glass. And then we use move it, and it can go right up into that corner so that the fence isn't quite sticking out. There we go. This works. We put the lemonade factory there. Ah, so good. I didn't think the lemonade factory would fit right there, but it is almost perfect. Like, this fits perfectly. You know what? Let's get rid of all those trees. You can always add in the trees later. You can always add in the trees later. But this is perfect. Like, this is ideal. Like, oh, what I've noticed that we can do is we can actually... I want just the nodes. So turn off everything else, marquee select. There we go. We're just going to bring that right into the corner of this building. Yes. Or do we do something like this? You know what, let's do something like that, and we can put some more plants or something out front. That's pretty good. We're just going to, again, do... Where's the node select here? Oh, the node is there. Interesting. And then this node, because we have, like, another... looks like another, like, garage door. Like a loading bay, so we're going to bring this one down here. And where's the next node? Fantastic. Ooh, let's fix this one. So what we can do is we can put the node right there. So while we're at this, let's just continue the that's forestry fence, that's farm fence, or industry fence. Let's just finish the fence, continue bringing it out there. The fence is actually way too long, but the way that it disappears into the building is fine. And then this one is just this massive wall. And what do we do about the fence back here? I think we just build one out here, right along to here, and then along to there. Once again, we're just going to do the move it magic for when things are too short, but the game doesn't want us to place them. And there we go. Oh, this is good. Lemonade factory, let's turn up the production rate. Oh, this is so satisfying. Crops and glass, yes. So we've done more in this episode than I anticipated, and it didn't really take all that long. Things were pretty good. We have a lemonade factory, which as soon as we get... There we go, the lights are on. People are using it. Awesome. We have also built this tiny little pumping station right there in the middle of nowhere. We have begun a large water treatment facility. We have begun a large water treatment facility out near the fishing harbor. I'm pleased with this. Like, as you're just... I know it's dark, but as we're driving along the highway, you just see buildings on either side, and it works. I think it works. And we have dramatically expanded our residential footprint with the town of Rudolph, 1,211. I was actually off in terms of how many people are going to be there. 1,211. We can turn this into the American eclectic theme. Why not? And how are people doing? There's no level up... Oh, this is commercial. But how is people's homes? They're already level 2. We just need to increase the value of the land a little bit because we don't actually have any city services out here. We don't have any services. So, maybe we add a fire station. Maybe we add a police station. Maybe we save up for money. Maybe we save up for a little bit of cash. And then we'll build those. But that will have to wait for a future episode. I'm Karhu, the Great Bear of the North. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please like, please subscribe, please comment. Let me know what you think. If you want something to be named after you, all you need to do is comment. But thank you very much. I really do appreciate you guys spending your time with me. You could be spending it on anything, and you chose me. And that is humbling. Thank you. Have a fantastic day, because you absolutely deserve it, and I'm never going to stop saying that, because it will always be true. You always deserve it. I'll see you all next time in Makwasaugen, everybody. Bye.